One Zambia, one nation. Glad you could make it to watch Zanis News. I am your caster, Alice Banda, and our sign language interpreter is Jennifer Shalionda. Let's take a look at the stories making headlines. St. Francis Hospital in Katete gets a water scheme. Western Province records 15 maternal mortalities. Plus, Chief Mumbi of Petauke urges residents to register as voters. And now the news in detail. Government has commissioned a 5 million kwacha water scheme at St. Francis Hospital in Katete District of Eastern Province. Minister of Water Development and Sanitation Mike Mposha says government remains committed to providing quality water and sanitation services to the people. More in the following report.
Admitting more than 500 patients at any given time, St. Francis Central Hospital has had water challenges affecting its delivery of services. However, the water blues are now a thing of the past as government has installed a water scheme for the hospital. Water Development and Sanitation Minister Mike Mposha commissioned the scheme.
As you may be aware, water supply and sanitation have been identified as a key component of human and social development, strategic development area of the 8th National Development Plan. As access to clean and safe water and adequate sanitation services play a critical role in fostering socio-economic development. They help to prevent waterborne diseases such as cholera, typhoid and dysentery, and promote human dignity among our people. It is against this background that the New Dawn government, UBND New Dawn government, under the leadership of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, has prioritized investment in water and sanitation through increased budgetary allocations.
And St. Francis Central Hospital Senior Medical Superintendent Lalik Banda appreciated the timely solution to the institution's water challenge.
For us, we don't have many things to say, except one thing that we should not omit is to say thank you for the initiative of government at His Excellency. As we are talking now, we have water. Sometimes we get worried that there's too much water. And we are also aware about the bills. The availability of water is not a problem at the moment. From the time we are connected to Eastern Water, after 75 years of the existence of this hospital. So that is a big achievement for us.
Earlier, the minister paid a courtesy call on the Kalongagawa Undi, Hope Walia, Katete District, Eastern Province.
In health news, Zambia Flying Doctor Services ZFDS ophthalmologist Japhet Siasilwe has revealed that ZFDS will distribute over 19,000 reading glasses to members of the public in rural areas to help treat eye problems. Details in this report.
They are in Kalomo district, where they are offering various medical services, among them eye and vision care services to rural communities here. Here in Naluja community, the Zambia Flying Doctor Service has conducted various medical procedures to rectify eye conditions and diseases. The Zambia Flying Doctor Service wants eye and vision care services decentralized to rural communities.
For this outreach, we basically target about 455 clients to be attended to, out of which we need to give over 200 spectacles. The annual target for spectacle distribution would go to the ranges of 19,200. Zambia Flying Doctors is doing a lot in meeting communities, but they cannot manage to meet all the demands of the community. That's where the coming in of partners is vital, so that even the school-going children that are unable to see on the blackboard, that have challenges to see, they are also helped with spectacles.
The local leadership and the community are pleased with the services being delivered here.
So, kamboga bobo, ibantu bajiswa banji bajisima penzi, benda misinzo, uya ugaromo, ujibadira jipati na kujoma. Orogo misido yose ubirei, ko ijisima kilometers ya 60 to 65. Ari muturomba kuti nagira gonzega ndiza, muzindi zerera gusika gogono kabayo. Bazumane kuno bora gutukweshije kuba namarwazi ngo bagise bantu.
Kwahutuga banja wanze ndari kuti ndiza ndipengede ndikeni turi banji. So he nguti neri hodera pona nziranzi. Babati bari sida tiego samba misamu ya jitonga ya jitabuti tagwe chagagaga. Ino ndapakurumba kambe eno. Anyenyezi eri kubona ndanoraba tajigwe.
Liseli Semusole, Zanis, Kaloma District, Southern Province.
Still in health news, Western Province has in the first and second quarters of 2024 recorded 15 maternal mortalities. Lewanika General Hospital Public Health Specialist Love Demwila has revealed that the mortalities have been recorded across the 16 districts in the province, with the majority being from Mongo at Lewanika General Hospital. Dr. Mwila said this during a provincial senior management meeting held in Mongo District of Western Province. He has attributed the mortalities to the delay by expectant mothers to seek healthcare services during pregnancy and a delay by healthcare workers to attend to the expectant mothers. He explained that the Ministry of Health in the province is focusing on ensuring that the delay is reduced. And Western Province Permanent Secretary Simomo Akapelwa has called on heads of government departments to take action against mortalities by advising people in their respective communities to go early for antenatal.
Government's ambition through the Ministry of Health is to reduce the maternal mortality incidence from that 178 per 100,000 to less than 100 per 100,000 by the year 2026. Where do we stand as a province? Currently, the past 2 quarters we've recorded a total of 15 maternal mortalities, and these are across the districts, and the majority have been from Mungu here, Lewanika General Hospital, and the main reason is sometimes we handle very sick pregnant mothers who come. They come quite late. There are issues to do with culture, there are issues to do with personal beliefs. There are people who prefer to have their pregnant mothers delivered by their grandmothers from home. The clergy also have a part to play sometimes. May decide to say this woman needs a cesarean section, and then this woman will need consent from the clergy, and sometimes it may be delayed.
So it's up to you to tell your relatives. Sometimes we all have the responsibility to advise people to go early for, once they know they are pregnant, they should attend those clinics for pregnant women. They should take children to under 5. We can't only wait for the hospitals to do it. Even ourselves, all of us, we have a responsibility.
Health news continues. A Zambian delegation attending the 3rd Africa Health Exposition in Egypt, Cairo, led by Permanent Secretary for Special Duties at Cabinet Office, Naomi Teta Mashimba, says the exposition is showcasing and promoting Africa as the continental hub for health innovation and regional trade. The delegation, which was invited by President of the Arab Republic of Egypt, Abdel Al-Sisi, include those from Presidential Delivery Unit, PDU, Ministry of Health, Zambia Medicines and Medical Supplies Agency, ZAMSA, and the Zambia Medicines Regulatory Authority, ZAMRA. Pethias Mtale has the details in the following report.
The 2024 Africa Health Excon is underway in the Egyptian capital, Cairo, and the Zambian delegation is here in Egypt, invited and fully sponsored by His Excellency, President of the Arab Republic of Egypt, Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. Permanent Secretary for Special Duties at Cabinet Office, Naomi Teta Mashimba, is the delegation leader, held under the theme, You Get to Innovation and Trade. For sure, the event aims to showcase global expertise, enhance knowledge sharing, and contribute to the development of the medical sector, not only for Zambia, but Africa as a whole.
The largest trade fair in health and innovation on the African continent. It brings together manufacturers, it brings together traders, it brings together specialists in different areas of the health. It brings together government representatives to find solutions to Africa's most pressing health problems. And we as BDO are pursuing some of the president's top priorities in the health sector. And so it is the right place for us to be together with them.
With over 500 exhibitors from around the world and more than 60,000 visitors from over 100 countries, Africa Health Excon 2024 will offer a comprehensive overview of the latest products and services in various medical fields.
As ZAMSA, this is very important. As you know, our supply sources need to be diversified and need to be deep. And the more we do south to south cooperation, that is, the more we buy from within Africa, the better. It brings down costs.
Pethias Mutali, reporting for Zanis News in Cairo, Egypt.
The Ministry of Education in Nyimba District has commended the Zambia Mine Action Center, ZMAC, and its cooperating partners for producing a teacher's guide and learner's book to improve awareness on landmines and explosive remnants of war, ERW, in the district. District Education Board Secretary Levi Matongo says the information will go a long way in equipping learners and communities, especially those along the border, with information on explosive objects that may be discovered. Take a look at this story by Wupe Sendwe.
We heard a very big explosion from afar. And a few hours later, what we saw was an ox cart passing. And in that ox cart, there was a woman whom had almost the womb coming out with a child inside because she was pregnant. Man, or the husband, had gone in the bushes and was attracted to something that appeared to be useful, according to him. The thing exploded. And this is when now we were realizing that, oh, it means that noise we had got, it is exactly what this man was doing. Unfortunately, the man died on the spot.
This is Jeremiah Banda, a teacher at Nyimba Primary School, who shares a traumatizing experience he witnessed many years ago that was caused by the effects of explosive remnants of war. Mr. Banda appreciates an interaction with the Zambia Mine Action Center, ZMAC, following a mine risk education program in Nyimba District. He states that the knowledge being shared will help Nyimba residents, especially those living on the border areas, to avoid a recurrence of the ordeal. ZMAC explains the reason behind the mine risk education for teachers in Nyimba District.
Interest is to sensitize the local residents, beginning with the little ones. We know once this information goes to the little ones, the mothers will know the dangers of these things that may be lying around in the communities.
The District Education Office commended ZMAC and cooperating partners for developing a teacher's guide and learner's book on mine risk education to cover the information gap in affected areas.
Some schools along the border, just 200 meters away from the border, we have schools like in Jarazi, and it's about time that our children are sensitized in order to avoid getting injured. I'm also happy that you've gone into book production. I have 2 books with me. I have this one, Mind Risk Education, and then there's a teacher's handbook, which is, I think, a very excellent job done.
But in putting up those signs where we can show these are no-go areas so that we save life, because some of our learners may be orphaned by these same landmines, explosives, if they are not well educated.
Even though Zambia was declared landmine-free in 2009, there are some areas in parts of the country that are still dealing with residue contamination of unexploded ordinances. Wupesendo for Zanis in Nyimba District, Eastern Province.
We take a break. Join us on the other side for more stories.
The Issue is a program that looks at topical issues happening in the country. Watch The Issue every Friday at 19:30 hours, only on Zanis TV, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH on Topstar. Don't miss.
Woman Thou Art is a program that offers counsel to the female folk, sharing real-life experiences and providing guidance to the women and young girls on necessary steps and conducts that will help shape and nurture a sober society. Watch Woman Thou Art on Zanis TV every Wednesday at 18:30 hours on the Topstar channel, Channel 6 DTT, and Channel 458 DTH.
Welcome back. We now have a roundup of activities on voter registration from across the country, where the Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, says the opening of continuous voter registration centers in districts is aimed at fulfilling its constitutional mandate to provide continuous voter registration closer to the citizens. ECZ Commissioner Vincent Mukanda says the Commission has since June 2022 opened 20 voter registration centers, with 10 more being operationalized this month. He was speaking during the opening of the CVR in Mwinilunga district. Obed Dilijimu gives us more in this report.
The Electoral Process Act number 35 of 2016 mandates the Electoral Commission of Zambia to conduct continuous voter registration. In June 2022, the Commission began progressive implementation of this provision in all 10 provincial centers. Mwinilunga, including 9 other districts across all provinces, forms a new set of districts conducting continuous voter registration. ECZ Commissioner Vincent Mukanda officially opened the center.
This continuous registration of voters is also being launched today in other 9 districts. This is to signify an important milestone in the history and operations of the Electoral Commission of Zambia.
Staff here are equally expected to conduct periodic mobile registration activities.
So we make our officers mobile, and besides that we give them the necessary transport for them to move out there and take the services right to the doorsteps of the voters.
District Electoral Officer Gift Kakoma expects the number of registered voters in the district to increase from the current 48,188.
With the continuous voter registration center opening today, we are making it easier for our citizens to register as voters. I would like to urge all eligible citizens to seize this opportunity to register as voters and to become active participants in the democracy of our nation.
Royd Kambimbi is here to replace his voter's card.
I never voted in the previous elections. I have come so that I can replace my card to enable me vote in the next election.
Through this center, eligible citizens can now acquire new voters' cards, transfer between polling centers, correct errors, replace lost cards, among other services. Reporting for Zanis, Obed Dilijim in Mwinilunga District, Northwestern Province.
Meanwhile, Chief Mombi of Petauke District in Eastern Province has urged his subjects to ensure that they take advantage of the voter registration exercise if they are to register as voters. Speaking during the launch of the exercise, Chief Mombi says he will work with village head persons in his chiefdom to ensure that people register as voters. Details in the following report.
The Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, is repositioning its mandate to undertake the electoral process. In actualizing the management of voter registration, the Commission has launched the continuous registration of voters in Petauke district and 9 other districts across the country.
The following services will be offered to the general public during this exercise: new registrations, transfer between polling stations, replacement of lost, destroyed, defaced, and damaged voters' cards, change of names, claims for inclusion in the register of voters, amendments to the register of voters following the outcome of appeals and objections, corrections of clerical errors, as well as removal of deceased voters from the register.
And Eastern Province Local Government Officer Alex Walia and Chief Mumbi have urged residents of Petauke to take advantage of the exercise.
So let's take this challenge. Let's be on our shoulder, that it's our responsibility to ensure that the people of Petauke come in number to register as voters.
In certain areas, like in my chiefdom, I think through our headmen, we will make sure that we also do the sensitization exercise so that people in our areas are informed about this very important exercise so that they participate.
While a resident of Petauke, Joseph Mwale, has thanked government for launching the voter registration exercise in Petauke.
Ndipo nuyamikira kuboma otiletera pafupi programu yopasa ma voters card wano pa Petauke Security Center nuyamikira kuboma pa sabwino kufatira.
Helen Chisha reporting for Zanis in Petauke District, Eastern Province.
And in other news, Mitete District Commissioner Patrick Mikosa has flagged off the relief maize distribution exercise. Mr. Mikosa has since urged the project implementing partners, PIP, to quicken the distribution process. He has urged civic leaders to work with the PIP as they see to it that all parts of the district and intended people benefit. And lastly, on our news, the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, COMESA, and the World Bank have launched the Accelerating Sustainable and Clean Energy Access Transformation Project. The project, which is scheduled to end by 2030, is expected to support 20 countries by connecting 100 million people to grid and off-grid energy in Eastern and Southern Africa as a way of mitigating the energy crisis in the COMESA region. Michelle Oluwinda covered the launch and now reports.
It is estimated that over 600 million people in sub-Saharan Africa still lack access to electricity, with rural communities being the hardest hit, and the continued negative effects of climate change have worsened the situation, resulting in increased demand for energy in many countries, especially in the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa COMESA region. COMESA, with financial support from the World Bank, has launched the implementation of a $15 billion United States dollars Accelerating Sustainable and Clean Energy Access Transformation (ACCENT) project. The project is designed to accelerate sustainable and clean energy in 20 Eastern and Southern Africa countries over a period of 7 years.
Effective policy and regulatory frameworks are crucial for attracting investments and ensuring the sustainability of energy projects. Therefore, governments need to create conducive environments that encourage private sector participation, streamline regulatory procedures, and other incentives for smart and renewable energy investments.
The World Bank has reaffirmed its commitment to support the universal energy access in order to spur economic growth, job creation, and business opportunities.
The integration strategy of the bank ensuring energy access is an important pillar of the access agenda or the connectivity agenda. focusing on well-functioning regional interconnector network, fostering regional trade to ensure security of supply, mitigating supply shocks, and optimizing generation. But in addition to it being an important pillar of our strategy, it is an important element to realize all the other objectives of regional integration.
The Zambian government has appreciated the two institutions for providing sustainable solutions to the current energy challenges that have affected the country and the region.
Allow me to express our appreciation for the support being rendered to Zambia by the World Bank to ensure that we successfully navigate the challenges that we are currently facing. One of the notable projects the World Bank is supporting is the Zambia-Tanzania Interconnector, which will see Zambia and the Southern African Power Pool being connected to the East Africa Power Pool via Tanzania. Additionally, Zambia and the World Bank have successfully formulated the proposed national energy policy and transformation multi-pragmatic approach, which is a Zambia-specific program designed to return the electricity subsector to structural integrity.
Currently, most countries in Southern Africa are grappling with a severe energy crisis that has disrupted economic and social performance. Michelo Lubinda for Zanis in Lusaka.
Before we end the news, let's take a look at the stories that made headline. St. Francis Hospital in Katete gets a water scheme. Western Province records 15 maternal mortalities. Plus, Chief Mumbi of Petauke urges residents to register as voters. On that note, we end the news. On behalf of the entire Zanis production team, I'm Alice Banda, and indeed not forgetting Jennifer Shalionda on the sign language desk. Thank you so much.